Hello YouTube fam. I thought I might come in here and work on an art journal page with you. I'm gonna make this really simple. I'm just gonna share with you my process. I've got a new page that I'm working on, and it is in this nursery rhyme, let's see, yeah, nursery rhyme book from 1955, and it is amazing. It's nice matte covers, has that gorgeous book smell to it. I've already done a few pages, but in quarantine, one thinks a lot about one's art pieces that have, been lingering around, and I thought about them, looked at the book, looked at some of the pages in here, and was like, I don't really want to mess with them. Let's just start a new page. So that is what I'm gonna do. So I'm over here. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see I'm in frame. Making a very, very, very dull green, and then I'm going to pretty much just fill in everything on the edges and just give it like a closed in kind of feel. Just push everything in the center, paint things off that I don't need. But essentially how I started this was putting pieces of paper down. You might be able to see there's an image here. There's this magazine clipping that I thought was kind of appropriate for this particular time in our lives, being quarantined. And I'm just, I start, like you can see, I put the images down, and then I'm using paint to marry everything together. Now I've gotten this idea, or this particular technique, from Bybun. I've watched her videos before, and I really enjoy some of her techniques. But this whole process, or this whole outcome, is I always tend to like to make my pieces, or my art journal pages, looking like a landscape from a dream, kind of like this. This one I love. I don't think I'll ever touch it. I think it's done. I may go back in and finish some of the trees, I don't know. But I just always love making them look like a dream. It's just fun, and incorporating some imagery and ideas and things. So I don't really want to make this look like black or this dark green all the way around. I may do it in sections, but I don't want to do it all the way around because it just looks too, I don't know. I like things when they are kind of going off the page. Things are falling off, going off. They're not all blocked in like a frame. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to make a frame of, darkness all around. Just doesn't quite work the way I want it to. I think I might. If I do too many lines, see, I'm obsessed with lines, if you can't already tell. All these lines, they're just everywhere. I just love gnarly lines, and I feel like, though, if I do too much, it gets a little too overwhelming, so I'm trying to calm that down too. So what I thought I might do is speed up some painting, because when I get to painting, I'm uber quiet, and I get really into it. So basically it's like a game of making your own puzzle pieces that fit together. Like just right there, I brought this line down around here and cut that tree off. I kind of like how they're cut off like that. And then I connected it to this line. I almost try to, at least, not make too many harsh lines. Like these lines right here, I'd want that to blend into the background somehow. This blue up here, I'm trying to figure out how to do that without actually adding that particular blue. I may add this silver marlin kind of blue color because it's too saturated. I like some saturation, especially like these pinks. I still want to kind of calm some of this green down in here and bring that down. It's still a little too saturated. I used to be kind of crazy about saturated colors, but here lately it's been pretty much these kind of colors. I don't know why, I just like them. But you know, just kind of calm, cool, tinted kind of colors. And if anything is saturated or, you know, full of contrast, I guess I would like to have like dark greens, dark blues, Prussian blue. Those kind of my favorite. And then sometimes you can kind of see it down in here, some real dark purples. So I don't ever like to use straight black. Straight black is so boring, to me at least. When you add color into it, like this deep blue, like this isn't black, this is very deep blue, and this is a very deep purple and deep green. I don't know, it just adds a bit more interest to it. And I'm just kind of taking out shapes, adding shapes, taking out shapes, and adding shapes as I go along. And it just connects it all together. I think I might introduce a new color in here. Let me start this slate blue kind of color. Yeah, I like that. I think I'm going to bring some of this over here, but I'm gonna leave some of that pink and orange to pop through. It looks cool, I like that. I have an idea for this particular section right here. I think it'll look really cool. Okay, I'm gonna work on the background a little bit more and then I'll be right back and I'll show you some new stuff. Well, it's another day and I'm sitting here contemplating it now, because I got it pretty well covered. I think my favorite part right now is this down here and how it's swooping in like that. That was not planned and I particularly like it. But I know there's one image that I saw on Pinterest that had some really cool looking trees that I really liked, and I thought about putting them, like making this the outline of the trees somehow. I've got to think about that. This is the part where I just don't know what to do. So we drink coffee and we contemplate, and then we drink coffee and then we contemplate a little bit more. I know this is really busy right in here and I kind of want to calm that down. Well, first things first, get started. Do something. This yellow, I love this yellow ochre color. This black cherry, I think that looks really cool. I like that particular color. Wow, paint is really letting it loose today. Come on guys, that's disgusting. Now, the thing I'm noticing here, when I'm painting on top of these images here, a lot of them are really glossy. Like they're your typical, yeah, you can cut, yeah. You see how they're glossy? It's your magazine pages. When you paint over top of glossy like that, and you really want it to be covered almost on the first try or the first coat in certain areas like this green, like that bugs me right there where you can see a little bit of that black popping through. I don't know if you could see that or not, but it kind of bugs me, but I know I can't cover it up because it's a gloss. So what I do is just do a first coat and then let it dry and then come back over it and add another coat on it and then it'll cover it up. All right, so I'm going to bring some of this out. I never really have paid attention to the sizes of brushes or the number to the size. Just get them. I just get them because I like them. Now comes the fun part where we can add all these branches. And guess what? Branches are made up of what, boys and girls? They're made up of lines. And you know how much I'm obsessed with lines. I was a little worried this morning it was going to be another one of those rainy, cloudy days, but it's not. It is very, very peaceful and very sunny. Now, I think I'm gonna slow my roll. I could go haywire. I could go nuts, and things could go a little crazy. And I don't want to go that crazy. I still don't know what to do. I get to that point where I'm kind of scared to cover something up. I feel like, oh, if I didn't cover that up, I could have used that and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm gonna mull it over. And I'll be right back. Well, I still haven't thought much of anything. I just don't know how much further to go on this. So that's kind of how it goes. You never really finish it or know exactly how you want to finish it, and it just sometimes just needs to cook. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna show you another piece that I have been working on. You probably had seen it floating around Instagram. Little folder of stuff that I'm working on. Here you are. Oh yeah, I looked it back on my phone. I was kind of fishing through some pictures and was like, man, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Ooh, that fits perfectly in frame. Look at that whale. So this is another piece that I started on, and it's so much fun. I'm loving all of these colors in here. I'm almost liking these colors way more than I do the other piece that I was working on. And I just dig these colors. I don't know why. I love them. They fit my color scheme like perfectly. I mean, can we talk about this? I just love this so much. And I really refer back to it. I mean, I keep these colors up here and I just know that those are my favorite colors. And I've even got one here of oil paint swatches. I just love them. I love textured oil paint like that. I think they just look so cool. So, yep, I've got them sitting up here. I don't want to make the, like, I immediately think of snow here in the background. And if there's some way we can not do that and calm it down, almost push it back by making it darker, it comes forward more because it's so bright. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. I'm already in love with it. I think it's just going to make all this pop right off the page. Oh. I'm so excited. Gosh, that's such a pretty. Like, see, that's why I don't use black. I don't like using black hardly in anything. Everything that is dark, it's all muted down. It's all brought down and dulled down to almost black, but not. It's just got that little hint of color. And this red is just, oh, that's probably the only red I'll use in my paintings. Oh man, why didn't I do this before? Oh man. And I've got another idea too. I want to incorporate that tutorial that I did Ivan Earls bushes or trees that I watched. They had a YouTube video that I could watch, and I copied along or followed along with the tutorial that the guy had. He had it in Procreate. With the tutorial, I did the study. I love this so much. Okay, focus. The tutorial that I did, I was working with in my sketchbook. I learned some new techniques, and I was like, I want to put that in some of my mixed media pieces. And I can just see right now, wouldn't it be awesome if I could put some of those details in this dark area back here? And I know I want to put a few more like shapes in the trees. Kind of like, I'll show you. I really like how I did it, how I painted the trees in this piece, like right here. I really like that, and I want to incorporate that into these trees and do that. But it's like a cathedral. I just love that. It's like a room of trees. Yeah, so the moral of the story is is that some of these art journal pages or mixed media pieces, mixed media paintings that I do, they are never ever done on the first run. So sometimes paintings, they need to cook. They need to sit for a while. But it allows you time to think and make it just right without having to overdo it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to switch to a smaller brush so I can get into some of these tiny little places right in here. And I'm going to do that really quick. And I will be right back. I'm going to do like the magic wand, the paintbrush magic wand. And yeah, I did a little something different. I added some dark areas in here because I've got a little technique that I want to try. Hello, Birdie. How are you? I'm so glad. You're so kind to ask. I love having my windows open. Finally been given the chance to do that. Whoops, still making some noises, aren't we? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some of this mixture that I've been working with, bring that over here. Then I'm going to bring some of these over here. It's light enough. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I was looking around for sponge, but I don't have one. I'm going to have to look up maybe a different kind of sponge to use, but right now I'm using a towel that I've cut up into little pieces. This here, I'm going to scrunch it up into a small little section, and this is going to make some really cool texture. And this is what gives it such interesting texture. See, I should have done this way before I added all the details down in here. But I'll learn this technique a little bit later in the art process. Okay, so now I think that's good enough for now. Now we go a bit lighter. Now we're going to start getting in those yummy lines in there. So I'll show you I know if I keep going like this, this video will be astronomically long. So I think I'm going to have to stop it here, but I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about. I did my first tutorial with a bush, but my second one was, let me sure it's not too wet. I think we're good. Yeah. My second tutorial was this tree bark. And I really, really love the whole process and the end result of it. It was really something I'm enjoying diving into and learning some new techniques with the artist Ivan Earl. And that's kind of what I'm going for, this detailed look here behind the mountain. And just a little bit more up here in the trunks and brightening that back up again. I don't want it to be too dark, but just enough to where, you know, there's some contrast and there's a lot more detail in here. So I'm going to start incorporating that technique in, and then I'm also going to be adding those lines that I was talking about. So this may be a piece that's just going to take a little while, and if I filmed it all, you would have a 2 to 3 hour video, and I just don't think that would be very good. Number one, it will take forever to upload, and two, I don't think you guys are going to want to watch that long of a video. So what I'll do is I'll probably show you the end result and do some more art journaling videos, maybe pick up where I left off, show you my progress, you know, all that stuff. We may just do like a series or something. It's totally up to you. Just let me know in the comments. I would love to do that. Anything that I can do to just let you escape from the world of today. And I'm not going to say the word because I have heard through other YouTubers that if YouTube picks up on the word, if you know what I mean, you start being investigated or something, from what I can understand from some bigger YouTubers. Now granted, I'm not one of them, but just in case, just to save from any sort of, you know, misinformation or anything like that, if I just not say the word, and really we don't need to talk about it, you know? We'll just move on. Just come here and have fun. We're going to escape from things, and let's just enjoy making art together. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you've enjoyed listening to the birds and listening to woodpeckers and chicken off in the distance. My neighbors have a bunch of chickens, and it's just so funny, all the sounds you can hear. So yeah, if you enjoyed something like this, just let me know, and I will see you on the next video. Bye guys!